Well, to be fair, it's sticking needles in my eyes allowed you to see more clearly than anyone else had before. Get it? Do you get it? Tell me you get it.
Sigh. I'm just going to pretend that terrible pun never happened. My work in optics is also a perfect example of the fact that despite laying much of the groundwork for later scientific thought, I was hardly a good role model for modern-day scientists. Rather than working in collaborative efforts with others, I jealously guarded my work, fearing the judgment of others. When Robert Hooke had the temerity to challenge some of my observation in optics, I grew so angry I withdrew from public debate. Since that point our relations could be characterized as strained at best. In fact, many have noted that my famously self-deprecating remark, "If I have seen further than other men, it is because I have stood on the shoulders of giants," can be interpreted as a subtle attack at Hooke, who was actually a dwarf. Point 2 for Newton too.
Yet despite this, it was Hooke who encouraged my correspondence with the Royal Society, which helped me work out my proof for my now famous law of universal gravitation. I even became president of the Royal Society for 24 years. Clearly I did have some interest in the scientific community.
Enough about the well-known Newton. I want to spend time talking about my much more interesting side, my years spent on alchemy and religious undertakings.
You know, I have always been curious about just what my religious views exactly were.
Well, it's always a tricky thing to nail down precisely what any one man's beliefs are, but mine can be approximately summarized as close to traditional Puritanism. I believed the Bible had ultimate authority, and rejected those church doctrines which were not based solely on the Bible. The most obvious example of this would be that ridiculous fallacy of the Trinity. I mean, for Christ's sake, how can you believe that there are three equal parts of God? It's idolatry in general. My vast amount of religious writings fall approximately into four main themes: prophecy, corruptions of Scripture and the Church, chronology, and doctrine. Another significant and well-documented part of my faith is the religious breakdown I had just before entering college, at which point I made a list all of the various sins that I believed had committed. This odd mix of fervent faith with scientific genius is nearly unheard of in modern day.